What if the only reason you don't get the job is one simple English sentence you never learned to say correctly? Welcome back to Simple English Space. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Space. Today's topic is powerful, practical, and very important for your future. Simple English conversation for job interviews. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm Noah. If you are looking for a job, planning to apply for a job, or even just curious about how job interviews work in English, this episode is especially for you.
Many people feel nervous before an interview. Even confident people can suddenly forget simple words. Why? Because an interview is not just a conversation, it feels like a test.
Yes, and for non-native English speakers, the stress can be double. You are not only trying to impress the company, but also trying to choose the right English words, the right grammar, and the right expressions.
But the good news is, you don't need difficult English to succeed in an interview. You need clear, simple, confident English. And today, we will practice that together.
Let's start with the most common first question in almost every interview. Tell me about yourself.
This question sounds easy, but many people make it too long or too confusing.
Exactly. Your answer should be simple and organized. Usually it has three parts: who you are, your basic background, your experience or education, why you are interested in this job.
Let me give you a simple example. My name is Anna. I graduated in business management 2 years ago. I have worked as a marketing assistant in a small company for 1 year where I learned how to manage social media and communicate with clients. I am now looking for a new opportunity where I can grow my skills and contribute to a bigger team.
Simple, clear, no complicated grammar, and very effective.
Let's move to another common question. What are your strengths?
Many people don't know how to answer this without sounding proud or nervous. But this question is your chance to shine.
The key is to choose 2 or 3 real strengths and give a short example for each one.
For example, one of my strengths is communication. In my last job, I often had to talk to different departments and explain tasks clearly. Another strength is time management. I always finish my work before the deadline and organize my schedule carefully.
Notice something important. Noah used simple verbs: talk, explain, finish, organize. No difficult words, but the message is strong.
Now, how about the opposite question? What are your weaknesses?
This is the scariest one for many people. But companies don't want a perfect robot. They want an honest person who is trying to improve.
So the best way to answer this is say a real but safe weakness. Explain what you were doing to improve it.
For example, sometimes I am too careful, and this can slow me down. But I am learning to trust my decisions more and work faster, especially when I have enough information.
That shows honesty and growth. Very important.
Another common question: Why do you want to work here?
This is where your research matters. Before an interview, you should always learn about the company.
You can mention the company's values, their products, or their reputation.
For example, I want to work here because I admire how your company focuses on innovation and teamwork. I also like your commitment to customer satisfaction, and I would love to be part of such a professional and positive environment.
Even if the English is simple, your interest sounds genuine.
Now, let's talk about body language for a moment. In interviews, your body also speaks.
That's right. You should sit straight, make eye contact, and avoid crossing your arms.
A small smile can also make a big difference. It shows confidence and friendliness.
Another important part is how you greet the interviewer.
Don't just say hi.
Instead, you can say, "Good morning, it's nice to meet you," or "Thank you for inviting me today."
These simple sentences already create a positive first impression.
Now, let's imagine the interviewer says, "Tell me about a challenge you faced at work."
Many people panic here, but you can follow a simple structure. 1. The situation. 2. The problem. 3. The solution. 4. The result.
For example, in my previous job, our team had a very tight deadline for a project. One of my teammates became sick, and we were short on staff. I decided to take extra responsibility and made a clear plan for the remaining work. In the end, we finished the project on time, and the client was very satisfied.
That answer shows responsibility, teamwork, and problem solving.
All companies love those qualities.
Now, let's talk about questions you can ask the interviewer. Because yes, you can also ask questions.
And you should. It shows interest.
Some simple and smart questions are, what does a typical day look like in this role? What are the main goals for this position? How do you support employee development?
Never say, "I have no questions." That can make you look unprepared or uninterested.
Another very important topic, salary.
When the interviewer asks, "What are your salary expectations?" you must be careful.
A good answer could be, I am open to discussing a fair salary based on the responsibilities of the role and the company's standard range.
Smart and flexible.
Now, let's go deeper into confident interview language.
Instead of saying, "I think I can do this job," say, "I am confident I can perform well in this role because."
Instead of, I'm not very good at, say, I am still improving in this area, but I am learning quickly.
Small changes in language can make you sound more professional and confident.
Now let's imagine a longer interview flow.
The interviewer asks about your past experience, then your skills, then your future goals.
A great future goal answer is like this. In the next few years, I want to grow professionally, learn new skills, and add more value to my team. I am looking for a place where I can stay long-term and develop my career.
That tells them you are serious and motivated.
Interviews are not about perfect English. They are about clear communication.
Even with mistakes, if your ideas are clear, you can still succeed.
That's why practicing simple conversations is the best way to prepare.
You can practice in front of a mirror.
You can practice with a friend.
Or you can practice with us by listening and repeating our examples.
Let's review some powerful, simple sentences you can remember. I am a hardworking and reliable person. I learn quickly and enjoy new challenges. I work well in a team and also independently. I am excited about this opportunity. I would be grateful to contribute to your company.
These sentences are simple, but very strong in interviews.
Now let's add more real-life emotion. Interviews are not just questions and answers. They're also about connection.
When you answer, don't sound like a robot. Add a little feeling.
For example, when you say, I'm excited about this opportunity, really mean it. Let your voice show it.
Practice your tone. Practice your speed. Speak slowly and clearly.
Even silence is okay. If you need to think, you can say, that's a good question. Let me think for a moment. Or, I'd like to reflect on that for a second.
That is much better than saying, many times.
Now we are moving closer to the end of the main discussion, but remember, there is no closing yet because we still have a special sample conversation at the end between Anna and Benny.
Before that, let's cover one more important situation. When you don't understand the question.
Never guess. Instead say, could you please repeat the question? Could you please explain that in a different way?
The interviewer will respect your honesty.
And that is much better than answering the wrong question.
Last point before the example conversation. Be yourself.
Don't try to be someone else. Your personality is your power.
Simple English, clear mind, strong confidence. Good morning, Benny. Thank you for coming today.
Good morning, Anna. Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
Let's start with an easy question. Can you tell me about yourself?
Of course. My name is Benny. I graduated with a degree in information systems last year. During my studies, I worked part-time as a technical support assistant where I helped customers solve basic computer and software problems. I enjoy learning new technology, and I'm now looking for a full-time position where I can improve my skills and contribute to a professional team.
That's a clear introduction. What would you say are your strengths?
I believe one of my main strengths is problem solving. In my previous job, I often had to find quick solutions when customers had technical issues. I also think I'm a good listener. I always try to understand people's problems before I offer a solution.
That's important in many workplaces. Now, can you tell me about a challenge you have faced?
In my last semester at university, I had to work on a group project with people who had very different opinions. At first, it was difficult to agree on one idea. To solve this, I suggested that everyone should share their ideas one by one, and then we voted for the best solution. This helped reduce conflict, and in the end, our project received a good grade.
Interesting. How do you usually handle stress?
When I feel stressed, I try to stay organized. I make a list of tasks and focus on one thing at a time. I also take short breaks or go for a walk to clear my mind. This helps me stay calm and productive.
Why do you want to work in our company?
I want to work here because I admire your company's commitment to innovation and employee development. I've read about your recent projects, and I was impressed by how your team solves real-world problems. I would be very proud to be part of such an environment.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do. Could you please tell me what a typical day looks like in this position?
Of course. In this role, you would start your day by checking support requests. You would also attend short team meetings to discuss progress and any problems. Communication is very important in this role. How do you feel about working in a team environment?
I actually enjoy working in a team. I like sharing ideas and learning from others. In my experience, teamwork helps solve problems faster and creates a positive atmosphere. I am always open to feedback, and I try to support my colleagues whenever I can.
That's good to hear. This position also requires flexibility. Sometimes you may need to handle multiple tasks at the same time. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I am. I understand that priorities can change, and I am willing to adapt. I usually organize my tasks by importance and deadline, so I can manage my time well, even when I am busy.
Excellent. Your attitude is very professional, Benny. That's exactly what we look for in a candidate like you. Before we end today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect. Today, we practice simple and confident English conversations for job interviews. We talked about how to answer questions clearly, how to describe your skills and experiences, and how to stay calm under pressure. Remember, an interview is not just about perfect English, but also about showing your attitude, your motivation, and your willingness to grow.
That's right, Anna. Practicing regularly can really improve your confidence. Even small progress is still progress, and every answer you practice makes you more prepared for a real interview.
Now, here's a question for you, our listeners. After listening to today's podcast, which interview question do you feel more confident answering, and why?
And for our next learning topic, here's another question for you. What English situation would you like to practice next? Speaking in a meeting, introducing yourself professionally, or negotiating your salary?
Let us know your answers in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss our other videos and future English practice sessions. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.